Good evening, welcome back to the stream. We are back in X-Plane 11 and as usual I've messed something up. I don't quite understand how I've messed up, but long story short, my camera's probably gonna run out of battery during the stream. Cool, that's all you need to know. So if my picture freezes, just let me know. You know what's happened. Let's actually look at it. Yeah, it's gonna die soon. Okay, I don't know why I didn't charge it last night, if it was my fault or the camera, probably me. But that's the situation. Also, I'm gonna go and hazard a guess that our little display page says we are flying the Concorde. Does it say that? Whoops. Yes, it does. Yeah, let's change that quickly. Right, that should update on your side shortly. Perfect. Right, so now that it actually knows what we're flying, let's chat about what we're doing tonight. Well, as you can see, we're back in X-Plane. We are back in the ZIBO 737. Last night we were kind of doing some chilled FS economy flips in the Caravan and the DA62 in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator, which gave us some issues, which I've since fixed. It seems like the weird snow thing and the swapped G1000 screens was all on my end because restarting my computer and the stream, not the stream, the sim, fixed all those issues. So I don't quite understand what happened when we changed aircraft, but it completely freaked out. But yeah, last night we didn't take things too seriously. We took a bit of a lax approach to the rules, if I'm honest. So tonight I figured we'd get a bit more serious and do things properly and go through all the procedures in the 737. So, because we're doing things seriously, I have a pen and a notepad and, of course, my trusty checklist, which means we are all ready to go. So let's jump into the cockpit. Nice early morning start here. We are flying down from Johannesburg to Durban. Now, IRL, I think it's raining in Joburg. There was a little bit of rain earlier, but on the apron it seems to be dry now. But we are most likely going to encounter some interesting weather along the way, because when I looked earlier, which is about half an hour ago, there were some thunderstorms between Joburg and Durban. So we can expect that to happen. Right, let's go here and get our flight plan for today. So we are not EL, it's LE, so it's this one here. Right, so we are flying for Mango 241, so call sign is Telka 241 today, and we are departing our Tambo for King Sharker. Right, let's get PACX running. Actually, before we let the passengers board, we should get power on board the aircraft. So let's start going through our checks, not the cruise checklist. Right. Now, hang on. I don't think I've ever shown this because I can never remember the key. Is it this? Ha! There it is. Actually get a torch in X-Plane. So, yeah, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, as soon as the aircraft has no power, you get like a little fixed headlamp that comes on automatically, but in X-Plane it follows your mouse, which is really cool. I think DCS has this as well, if I remember correctly, where it follows your mouse, which is very useful. Okay, what was I trying to do? Right, let's turn the battery on. Okay, standby power is auto and guarded. Ground power we can accept. Oh, we don't. Oh, right. Forgot to mention we're at the new Addon Johannesburg airport, so we don't have the stock one anymore. So they haven't given us ground power because... Actually, that's a good question. Why haven't they done it? But we don't have it, so we'll do the APU. So let's go and start up the APU. We'll also put the nav lights on. Right, we'll make sure that this is set to battery on that side and APU on that side, because we're not using ground power. And let's wait for the APU to spool up. Is it just me, or is that stuck in the start? No, I think it's just the angle that we're looking at. Right, that's looking good. APU is spooling up, so we'll put that fuel pump on to make sure it has fuel. Yeah, that's interesting about the ground power. So I'll have to... I wonder... I think we could actually just call it here through the little ZIBO app. That probably would have sorted it. But it's fine. We're gonna do the APU anyway. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we'll just wait for that to stabilize. Right. So let's put the APU on the buses so that we have power. Right. Then we can set our IRS's left and right to nav so that that starts aligning. We'll make sure that the cabin and utility power is on, so is the IFE and seat power. Emergency exit lights on and guarded, or armed and guarded, sorry. Okay, exterior lights, we can turn on the logo light because it's still dark, and the wing lights for... what the hell was that?
Clear for departure. Enjoy the flight.
Okay, just some new sound effects from ZIBO.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
We'll just ignore that because we're not using ZIBO for passengers, we're using PACX. So actually, we'll start boarding the passengers shortly. Right, so exterior lights are set, anti-collision light is off, window heat, we'll turn all that on before we taxi, IRS and airport reference set. Before we do that, let's tell everyone to start boarding. So we'll bring up PACX, and you should hear our passengers start boarding the aircraft. Okay, so let's come down here. There's another Navigraph update which I'll do after the stream. That's not too much of an issue though. Okay, we'll grab the GPS position and put that in there. We'll also put in our reference airport, and we are gate Charlie 4 today. Right, I think that's all we have to do for that for now. There's a couple other things. Probe heats will turn on before we taxi. Anti-ice not required. Engine hydraulic pumps, those are both on. Electric hydraulic pumps are both off. Fuel pumps all off except for our aft left for the APU. Right, trim air can come on. I don't need the torch anymore. Isolation valve is open. Left and right resoak fans, both auto. Engine bleeds, both on. Right, now let's sort out our fuel. Now, in real life, I don't think you would fuel with the APU running. Wait, let's see how much fuel we have on board first. Let's just go here. Fuel. We've got already 10 tons from the previous flight that we did. So, how much do we actually need? That's going to be enough, if I'm honest. Wrong page. This page. Okay, so we only need 6 tons of fuel on board. So we don't need to take on any fuel, which is fantastic news. We can leave the APU running. Otherwise, it's going to have to shut down, do the ground power thing, so that we could fuel, but we've got more than enough fuel on board, so that's not an issue. Right, so fuel is all loaded. Okay, cruise altitudes and landing altitudes. Why did I close this? I always do that. Okay, we're cruising at 310, so let's dial that in. IXO. And I'm gonna have to jump into active sky here, which you guys can't see, but I'm quickly going to get Durban's elevation. 304 feet is King Shaka, so we'll dial this up to 300. Right. Okay, let's get some lights on here before we carry on. It's gonna get light fairly soon, but think we should just do it anyway. Okay. Put these on a little bit. Those can come up. Those can come up. That looks good. And up here, let's just do those and these. Cool. Now we can see what we're doing. Right. Okay, cruise and landing altitude set. Fasten seatbelt sign. We can turn that on. And then we can go down here and let's start setting up our route. So we do have a company route, which is 01. So we'll put that in. And we'll go ahead and activate that guy. And then let's set up departure. Probably going to be 3 left. 03 left. Okay, we're doing 2-1 today. So 2-1 right, abduct 2 Bravo. Okay, so runway 21 right, abduct 2 Bravo. We'll put that in. We'll set up the arrival as well because it's a nice short flight, which we've done a couple of times on the stream. So runway 24, Atmat 1 Bravo. That's easy. Minus 24, Atmat 1 Bravo. And we'll leave that like that. Cool, that's all in. So let's go and sort this out. Everything is on board. We just need to set... obviously this is a sim thing. We need to sort out our 0 fuel weight. So we're currently at 43.1. What do we need to be at? So, okay, let's go down here. We got 180 packs on board. 0 fuel weight 62.1. So we're gonna chuck a whole bunch of. Obviously, we need to load the passengers up and see how much that gets us. Right. So we'll go. Oh wait, before we do that, I always forget to change this. So this needs to come up to 187. And then we'll go back here and we'll do 180 packs and put that in. Let's see where that's got us. So we're now at 45, so we need to put a whole load of cargo in. So we'll bump this up to, let's just, this is a little bit of trial and error to get this to match because it doesn't use the same calculations as SimBrief. 63, so we need to put a little bit more in. How the hell did that go down? Now I've forgotten what it should have been. It's 62.1. And we're currently at 60.0, I think. Low? Why did we go back down to 45? What happened? Oh, because I'm an idiot, that's why. This is supposed to be 22,000. Wow. Okay, we'll learn typing soon enough. Okay, 22,000. That's probably going to be too... And now it's only at 48. There we go, that's better. 52. So we need even more than that, jeez. Let's do 25. Now it goes all the way up to 67. So we can bring this down. 23. Okay, now it's super high. So I had a feeling 20 was going to be around the right place. Okay, yeah, that's pretty close. It's actually less than that. 62.1. Sick. That is right, eh? 62.1. Perfect. Okay, a little bit of trial and error, but that's kind of how we do it. There's probably a smarter and better way to do it. If you know of one, you are welcome to let me know. Okay. Next thing we need to do... Okay, so we've done our route. And we need to do perf. That's what we were busy with. So we'll put in that 0 fuel weight. And reserves are probably going to be about probably 1.1. 1.1, yeah. So we'll put in our reserves. Cost index is 5 because it always is on this route. 310. When I say it always is, not necessarily in real life, but SimBrief's flight plan always has a cost index of 5 on this route. Okay, now here is where I think I messed this up, because I always used to put in this wind, but I was watching a rail pilot stream this the other day, and he used this wind, 261.16. So I think that's what he used. So I'm putting that in there. And let's go back. And that is plus 16. So we'll put in 16 over there. I hope that's right. Right. N1 we normally do 55 in our calculations. Looks good. And we'll do flaps 5. We'll put this in. Oh, ooh, why does that not want to fill in? So, what that usually means is... Let's go back here. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay, there's nothing complaining there. So then it probably means this is too high in the ZIBO. Let's see if that gives us... Nope. Then I wonder... That's why. Oh, so we're way over our max landing weight. Okay, we're gonna have to just change our calculations from what SimBrief has given us then. It happens sometimes just because of the difference between the way that SimBrief calculates and the way that ZIBO mod does. So we're gonna have to bring that down even more. I always click back instead of using the little arrows. So I think let's just go all the way down to like 15. And we need a little bit more. Don't click back. We'll do 13, and that should fix our issue. Okay, so now we have a slightly different calculation to our SimBrief flight plan, but that's okay. Also, we do have more fuel than SimBrief plans for, because SimBrief always puts in like the minimum amount of fuel that you need. Right, what was I trying to do? This. So let's go back here and put this to 55 and see if it's actually going to let us enter this. No, it's still not. Am I still missing something? Okay, no, that's all green. Huh. Watch me find a bug the first time we get back into this. It's probably not a bug. I'm probably doing something wrong. Let's be real. So let's try something else. I just want to test my theory here. Let's put in 40.
Hello, ladies
And let's
and
do
gentlemen. I
that.
would love to welcome you aboard our
Okay,
flight.
so it is
When you find your
this
seat,
that's
please
the
be
issue.
sure to place your larger
So
carry-on items in
let's
the overhead bins and
let's
smaller
say
items
go
underneath
50.
the seat in front of you. Unless you're in a front row, please place all of your
Okay,
items
that's too
in the
much.
overhead
So we'll do.
If you have any trouble finding location
we'll
for your carry-on items,
we will
please let a flight
do.
attendant know
That's
and
not
we
what I
will be happy to
wanted.
assist you. If the overhead bin is
Let's
full,
just do
please
climb
make sure
one,
you
and that
close it
should
as a
fix it.
courtesy to
Sure.
other
Okay, so it's the
passengers.
temperature that it's not
Please double check
happy
that all
with.
your items are put away so that
Let's
the
go
aisle
down
is
to
clear and other
405.
passengers can make their way to their seats. If
Cool.
you're in an emergency
Now it's
exit
happy.
row, please read the exit seating responsibilities
Okay,
in
so
the
let me
card
put
in the
this
seat
in
back
for some
front of
reason.
you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, you
New
put away
theory.
any laptop
Let's
or
try it
tablet.
even
Thank
lower.
you and welcome aboard.
That's fine. So it won't let me enter that. Okay, we'll use. Oh, what did I put in? 40 now. I'm not sure why it's not letting me enter that. Let's check if anything is complaining on this side. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. No, nothing's complaining there. Interesting. Okay, let's, because this takeoff calculator, the last time I checked, it wasn't actually implemented. So let's grab our QNH. Right, so our Tambo is 1018. Okay, winds are 210 at 9 and temperature 20. And according to this, it's wet. So we'll put that in, wet. Wind, it's at 9. Not -9. Okay, why doesn't it want to take that? See, I don't know if this is actually finished. There or no? Oh. Do they want the whole thing? There we go. Outside is 20. Let's see, but how do I actually... Guess we have to go and get that ourselves. Let's see. Yeah, so there have been quite a few updates to the ZIBO since I last flew it. I'm just having a look because it looks like they maybe might have finished the takeoff calculator. What am I looking for? 66256. Oh, you see, it's not letting us, it's not auto-calculating that, which it used to do before. Okay, that's off, that's fine, that's fine. Now, how do I get it to calculate for us? I guess I have to put this in. Right, so maybe they've added that. Ah, they have, okay. So, 18.5, I think we use this one. Let's go here. Right. See, but it still doesn't give us any calculations or anything. Is it going to let us put that in there? So we obviously have to put this in ourselves, which is new. That's cool. There's our trim of 6, so we'll set that. Right. Okay, so that's new. That's pretty cool. I don't... Yeah, it looks like it might still not be finished, because this should give us takeoff speeds and all of that, which it still isn't. So... But you never used to be able to enter anything here before, so it looks like they've made some progress on that, which is pretty cool. Approach rating. Interesting. We'll check that out when we do our approach. Okay. So, that's all done now. So we've eventually got that sorted. Okay, let's set our altimeter for Johannesburg, which I said was 1018. So we can dial that in. Let's just swap this over. Like so. It should sync automatically to the other side because we don't have a copilot. Cool. But this one doesn't. So let's go and swap that. Oops, missed the control. 1018. Okay, so standby is also set. Perfect. Right, APU bleed. We can turn that on. And we can actually turn on all the fuel pumps now because the fuel is done. We do have fuel in the center tank, so we'll turn these two on. Right, both flight directors now need to come on. Like so. Auto throttle needs to be off, which it is. Right, let's go and set V2, which is 151. So V2 151 is set. We're going up to 310. We're not flying with any air traffic control today, so we'll just go straight up to cruise, which is 31,000 feet. Let's reset our fuel flow rate and flip that down to used, like so. Okay, minimums should be set to radio. Landing gear lever is down, speed brake lever is down, flaps are up, parking brake is engaged, thrust levers are closed. And your damper, now that the IRS is aligned, can come on. And the passengers, we will wait until they are done boarding, then we are just about ready to go. Right. So, all we have to do now is wait for our passengers. Let's have a listen to the ATIS quickly and just double check if anything's changed.
Foxtrot Alpha Oscar Romeo airport information Mike 17
Information Mike.
Zulu weather wind 229er at 9er caution wind shear alert 5 miles south of Foxtrot Alpha Whiskey Kilo.
Foxtrot Alpha Oscar Romeo airport information November 17.
It's just updated to November.
Weather wind 229 at 9 caution wind shear alert 8 miles southwest of Foxtrot Alpha Kilo Tango visibility 9,000 sky condition.
That's Kitty Hawk Airport.
Scattered light rain temperature 2.17 QNH 1018 advise on initial contact. You have information.
Okay, so we have information November. It's still QNH 1018 wind shear 8 miles south of Kitty Hawk, which is out this way. So we don't go out that way. If we were departing off runway 3 and turning, we would probably be in that area. But since we're going straight out off of 21 right, that is no factor for us. Cool. Right, let's check in with PACX and see how our boarding is doing. They look like there's probably about 3 or 4 minutes left. Let's ask the cabin crew.
We're still boarding. Let us know
3
if
minutes
you
left.
need
Okay, sounds right. Alright, let's then have a look. Do I have this departure chart? Probably not. Which one are we doing? It's not 3 Alpha, it's 1 or 2 Bravo, I think. Two Bravo. So let's go. Let me quickly find that chart for us. Okay, so we're looking for APDAC 2 Bravo. Those are all stars. Here, this is after that's 1 Delta. There's True Bravo. Right, let's put that in the charts. And now we can bring that up over here. So let's just go back so that it refreshes. And now we have 2 Bravo. Right, so Kitty Hawk is out this way, so maybe, nah, I think we're going to be perfectly fine in terms of wind shear out this way. It's still probably going to be bumpy. Like I said, the weather looks quite nasty down towards Durban. Okay, so very simple departure. We want 115.2 first of all. So 115. 2. We'll put that on there for our Johannesburg FAOR. Okay, so very simple. 4.5 DME. We turn left and direct APDAC. That's it. Right. So climb to 8,000 feet. We're going to go straight up to cruise because there's no traffic or anything. Maintain runway track to 4.5 and then left direct to APDAC. Cross 4.5 at 7,000 or above. That is all very simple. Right, easy departure. this evening from Johannesburg.
We are
Cool,
ready to go
PACX
when
is
you are.
ready, so let's go and call the tug.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Yeah, we'll push back like so.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 241. Our flight time will be roughly 50 minutes. Now that
Right,
the
so
cabin door is
we'll wait
closed,
for them to
please
let
make
us
sure that all
know
devices are in airplane
when they
mode and your large
are
devices are now
ready
shut
to
down and
push.
stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure
mean,
that
we're
all
pretty much
tray
ready.
tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew secure doors
Okay,
for departure.
so let's do System B electrical hydraulic pump. That guy, come on. We'll turn on our anti-collision lights. Fuel pumps with fuel in, or the tanks with fuel in, their fuel pumps are on, which is all of them anyway. Position lights are steady, auto throttle. We can now arm. And the next thing we'll do is push and start the engines.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, so she's gonna connect for us. This jetway should go away now. I don't think we have control over that. That's air stairs. Ah. So I don't know what the signal is for it to go away. It should have actually done that already. My understanding was it's supposed to take the when you turn on the beacon light, it's supposed to disconnect. But anyway, this is new scenery, so I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, it hasn't. Oh, okay, cool. So she's ready to go. We are ready to go. Soz for the jetway. Let's disengage our parking brake. Oh, that's the jetway moving. Cool. That's a little bit late. But hey, at least it's gone now. Bye. Okay. I'll be pushing back. Let's go. And we'll start the right engine first. Engine 2. And we will watch for... What does the ZIBO checklist say?
Please direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration.
So this says 25%. So I've read 18, I've read 20. I think it kind of depends on the airline, on their procedures. But there's 25, so we'll introduce the fuel.
To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. In the event that the seatbelt light is not on, we suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened in case of unexpected turbulence. Please take a few moments to now locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor that will guide you.
Right, so that all looks good. We'll wait for the starter to cut out, like that. And let's start the left engine.
Pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over
Nice sunrise coming up there over those parked old aircraft.
Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you're traveling with a child
Okay, so there's 15% looking for 25.
carry your mask on first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is
let's bring in the fuel.
pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the
Operation
plastic pouch
complete.
to remove
Go
the
ahead and set the
Push
parking
it
brake.
over your head. Wrap the straps around your
set
waist
the
and buckle at the
brakes.
front. Pull the strap to tighten.
Disconnecting
Twist
tow.
the vest,
Stand
pull
by.
firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the
We'll
mouth
wait for that
switches
starter to
manual
cut
inflation.
out.
This vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device.
There it is. I like to put this back in the middle just because it freaks me out. Okay, so engines are done. So let's go. They can disconnect. We'll switch over to the engines on the generators. We will turn on this guy. We'll switch this from APU over to Gen 1. Probe heat's on.
Thank you for flying with us again.
We'll turn on these guys as well. We don't need any anti-ice. It's 20 degrees outside. Okay,
We'll see you next time.
left and right packs auto. This can come back to auto. APU bleed can come off, and the APU itself can also come off. Right, then we are ready for taxi. We'll wait for them to give us the hand signal. Let's go flaps 1, 2, 5. And auto brake RTO for the takeoff. Right, so she should jump past and give a thumbs up. There we go. We are ready to go. Let's go. Taxi lights on, runway turn off lights on. Right, release the parking brake. And let's taxi oh, we're going all the way out to 21 right, which is slightly unusual. Every other stream we've done out of Joburg, we've taken off from 03 left, which I believe is a more common runway to use in Joburg. But today we are doing 21 right. Let's go and set this. So long. Oh, that's good. We'll double check that when we get on the runway. Oh yes, so now that we have actual new scenery for our Tambo, we don't taxi through that street light that used to be around here somewhere. In the default scenery had a random street light that for some reason got placed on the taxiway here. We don't have that anymore. We are just gonna go onto Alpha here and all the way down for full length 21 right. In fact, the last time I flew out of Joburg in real life, I was flying down to Cape Town and we did exactly this. We went all the way down to 21 right, and it was also early morning, and it was also, well, the ATA said it was cloudy and possibly raining, but I don't see any clouds now. I mean, that's not exactly a cloud to write home about, if I'm honest. Right, let's stop waffling and set up everything else that we need for takeoff. So, before takeoff, engine start switches, continuous, auto brake is RTO, runway turn off lights will turn off when we enter the runway, position lights will set to strobe as we enter the runway as well, same with the landing lights, and the TCAS TARA. Forgot the same thing I always forget because we're not flying online, and give myself a score code. No. This destroys me. 1, 3, 2, 4 is the one I always use. Okay, we're going a little bit fast. Mind you, we're at 30 knots, which is kind of as fast as we should go. I don't think that's there in real life, is it? Thought you could taxi past there. Maybe I must be wrong. Oh no, that's the end of the alpha gates. No, that is right. Never mind. But I was looking at something else. In real life, there's always a whole bunch of aircraft parked here, just waiting. That's where they kind of, like the international flights that come in overnight and wait to depart the next morning. They get parked all in a row there. Also, the cargo aircraft parked down here as well. Right, we are just about ready. We're just gonna go all the way down. Let's actually pull this up. You know what? We can say hello to our passengers. Let's make sure we're staying on the taxiway. Let's say hello to all of them.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, for the flight deck. Welcome aboard. They're going to be underway shortly for the first leg. Three wonderful flight attendants. Give them their attention as we push and taxi. They're going to give you plenty of attention en route. Enjoy the flight. We'll talk to you once airport.
I was gonna say, was that it? So, let's bring up the aerodrome charts. We got 30 knots again. This is why you have two pilots. So we're going all the way down Alpha, all the way to the end, and we'll do full length. And we'll practice our 90-degree turn onto the runway and see if we can get it a bit better. than last time. I just want to look at this little area. So this is that part. Yeah, I see. Maybe I just couldn't see this other taxiway, because I think Echo does go past there. No, that's Echo there. So it doesn't. Okay, so no, it is right. Shows you how often I go down to 2-1 right. Also, this is the first time we're using this new scenery, so there is that. Right. We're gonna go all the way down to the end. This is, what's that, Quebec? I think. We're not gonna take this one, but we are gonna start slowing down. Okay, let's double check. Flaps, 5 green lights. Engine start switches are continuous. As we cross here, let's turn these guys on. So landing lights are now on, and we'll turn the strobes on as well. We can turn off the wing lights, those are not necessary anymore. Let's see if we can get our 90-degree turn right here. Relax throttles, it's gonna be okay. Okay, so up now. The whole idea of this is to use as much of the runway as possible, and you should line up pretty much perfectly. So we're a little bit late on the turn. Right, let's start the clock, and we'll go 40%. Okay, engines are stable. Let's go Toga. We can also engage our LNAV and VNAV for once we are airborne. Right, and now we're just looking for our V1 rotate. There's 80 knots. And rotate.
Positive rate.
Okay, so positive rates. Gear up. Right, so we are following runway heading to 4.5 DME, and that's when we start our turn. But because it's just me, and there are things to do, let's bring the autopilot on.
1,000.
Okay, there's 1,000 feet. Right, so these guys can all come off. These can go back to auto. We'll go flaps 1. So there's 2. And there's flaps 1. We'll also set our landing gear to off. Oh, baddie, we didn't do this. Okay, and flaps fully up now. Auto brake off. Right, let's go through the checklist quickly. Flaps retracted, auto brakes off, engine start switches auto, and landing lights will turn off once we cross 10,000 feet. Okay, so we're at 3.4 DME JSV. It's the Johannesburg VOR. So 4.5, we will start that left turn. Okay, let's also now, there we go, let's turn on the weather radar, and we'll set standard because we passed 8,000 feet, because I'm expecting some interesting weather along the way. What's up, Badger? Thanks for tuning in. The glare? Which glare are we talking about? Oh, that glare. Don't worry, my camera's gonna die soon. So then you won't have to look at it. Also, the white balance is very blue. That's a bit better. Yeah, I realized. Okay, 10,000. So landing lights come off, and we'll speed up to 288. Yeah, I need to figure out a way, because obviously I've got really bright key light over here, and it reflects. So I don't know, I must try putting my diffuser a bit further away, that might help a bit. Invented beanies for a reason. When you say that, I can't wear a beanie now, it's too hot. But I can get my hat back, I was wearing a hat yesterday. Let's see if I can find it.
Gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish
Does this
to
make you
connect
feel
to
better,
Wi-Fi,
Dave?
you will be required to pay a small fee. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information.
We are powering up now past 15,000 feet. Okay, so the next thing we have to keep an eye out for is this fuel. Once we finish the fuel in the center tanks, we'll come and turn off the center fuel pumps. Otherwise, we are monitoring nothing in terms of weather on the weather radar. Yeah, we can turn that off as well. Pilot came out of the 90s. Something like that. Right. I think now also turn these lights off. We don't need those. That's already off. We'll leave these ones on. I don't mind those ones. But I also want to turn that off. Okay, there's 18,000 feet. We are well on our way to cruise. Let's make sure we've actually turned these on, because that's something we messed up on the other stream. That all looks good. That's a very, very drastic lighting change. Explain. Right, as always, hope you guys are having or had a fantastic weekend as we round off another weekend, head back into the working week. To those of you who are watching, thank you for choosing to spend the rest of your Sunday evening watching me fly a plane in X-Plane. It is always appreciated. There goes our Mango 737. In into the sunrise. Okay, just through 20,000 feet. Let's have a look. Top of climb very soon. Not long after that is our top of descent. No weather on the weather radar, which is interesting. Because when I looked earlier, I was expecting. So the visibility in Durban looks like it might be pretty low. Cloud base, yeah, there's clouds along, mostly more down towards the Eastern Cape. So let's let me look again at the weather information for Durban itself. So temperature 23. Winds 19011, QNH 1015. Co-pilot said stuff while I was away, that's fine. I trust the co-pilot. Okay, clouds in Durban, scattered at 2,100 feet, broken at 3,800, overcast at 4,900 feet. So we're going to be coming in, not, something about a fuel leak. Yeah, see, fuel leak, this, well actually no, if it was a minor fuel leak and the aircraft didn't know, it wouldn't tell us, but we would see a huge discrepancy between our fuel tanks, which we don't see, so either they were lying or Badger's making that up. I'm gonna bet on the second one. But yeah, we're gonna be coming into Durban with 4,900 foot overcast ceiling. You're killing the dolphins. Why, but what am I doing drinking out of plastic bottles? Oh, it says it's raining in Durban as well. Right, so yeah, overcast 4,900 feet. We're going to be IMC down to the last 5,000 feet before we see the runway. So that'll be interesting. Feels like we're climbing very quickly. What are we doing? 1,700 feet a minute. Mind you, it's just because Johannesburg Airport, we start at 5,500 feet, so whereas like Durban, we're 300 feet up only, so we've got to go all the way up. Joburg, we've got an extra 5,500 feet before we even start. Okay, nothing on the weather radar. Otherwise, we are looking good. Let's see. Fuel in Durban, 8 tons, no issues. And no fuel leak. If we had a fuel leak, we would have noticed by now that one of the engines, one of the tanks was going down significantly faster than the other. The reason why there's a difference between the two is, hang on, but we started this engine first. Oh, but we were running an APU, that's why. So the APU was running off tank 1, that's why there's a little bit less in that tank. So, no concerns on fuel. Right, let me check here to make sure that our information at the top is correct. So, Joburg to Durban, time to go, 27 minutes. We are Telka 241, Boeing 737-800. We've got Joburg's ATIS still, altitude passing through 28,500. Oh, that all looks good. So that's working. and I didn't have to redo it for the first time. I don't know what made it decide to just start working on its own, but I didn't have to fill in all the information from scratch for once, which was very nice. Hopefully it just keeps doing that. Oh, I did have to change. It said we were flying the Concorde. Tonight we are not flying Concorde. Right, coming up to our cruise altitude. We're only going up to 31,000 feet today, and then a short cruise. What I should do so long is close this, and let's go back here. So we'll do our next announcement once we level off. What did I want to check? Oh yeah, so I want to check
1,000 to go.
Okay, so 1,000 feet to our cruise. Let's check, not that one, this is the one we're doing tonight. Right, so our arrival is APMAT 1 Bravo. Let's double check that we have a chart for that. We've got APMAT 1 Alpha. Okay, so let me quickly go and get that chart, because I'm going to need that. Okay, so I said APMAT 1 Bravo. Where are you? There it is. Right, so now if I just go back and refresh this, we should have, but we don't. Okay, maybe I did it too quickly. Let's just an update. There we go. That's our arrival into Durban. Cool, so that's ready to go. Let's just set our heading. Okay, so we are at our cruise altitude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our cruising altitude. Flies are smooth, so I'll turn the seatbelt sign off. I would like to ask you to do a favor, so please keep your seatbelt fast while leaving, just in case we get flights and unexpected problems. Also, please don't pull the line to break to the forward galley laboratory area. We really appreciate you choosing to fly with Southwest this morning. Hope you enjoy the trip. Have a great week. Please come back and see us again real soon.
Dave, I don't know if you've seen our very interesting passengers that we have on this aircraft. Let's check they're actually turned on first. When I say turned on, I mean that you can actually see them. No. Which menu is it in? Not that one. Must be in here. Okay, they are there. I got bored of the soccer. We are winning 5-0. Who's we?
In a few moments, our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note we only accept credit cards.
Spurs. I'm technically an Arsenal supporter, but I haven't cared for like 4 years. 3 years. I don't know, I don't even recognize anyone in the team anymore. I can't tell you who plays. But I used to watch all the time. And then I just got over watching the diving and the antics and arguing with the ref and Cherry Poppins United. Which is his team? No, I kind of don't really care as long as anyone wins besides Manchester United. If anyone's beating them, then I'm happy. Who's Cherry's team? I found it up on the blind school, much like... I mean, you're not wrong, to be fair. Arsenal, I've seen in the news that they're doing shockingly, so... Team called Marine. Right. That's 5-0. It's a bit of a hiding, but it's actually Liverpool. They're just nearby Liverpool. Ah. And you guys are Spurs are beating Liverpool 5-0. That's mad. And Poppins is the Liverpool supporter, I take it. Okay, our heading can come across 1 degree. Look at that, over the clouds. Oh, it's not Liverpool. Oh, okay, never mind, I misread that. Okay, so you're beating Marine 5-0, right. Got it, Soz. I read those comments in the wrong order. How's the dotes going? Getting your tilt on? Stadium only has 3 sides. The 4th side goes onto people's houses. Nice. Sounds interesting. Okay, so maybe the 5-0 makes a bit more sense then. Exactly, what is Toto? Right, nice short flight. How far are we from top of descent? 41 miles. So we're expecting 355 Zulu, which is in 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes to go to top of descent. Let's start preparing. Checklist. Wrong side. I mean, I literally... People are going to think I planned that to try and be funny, but I literally do that every single time. Okay, the center fuel pumps. The center fuel tank is almost empty. Right, so we are going to descend. Let's not guess, let's look at the chart. So 4,000 feet it looks like. Sorry, no, that's the wrong thing. We want this ILS. I did choose... I think I chose Yankee. Yes. So that's this guy. So we want to be 3,000 feet. Boat is prohibited under this level of lockdown. When are you shooting Russian deers again? Ah, we can do that whenever. I kind of just do that when I want to take it more chilled, but no one ever watches. So yeah, I felt like doing some serious flying tonight. So we're doing things by the book. We've got charts, we've got checklists, we're going full on. And my camera is still running, which is a bit of a miracle. It's on 0% battery. How is that possible? Okay, well, it's running on magic at the moment, so if I do then you know why. If my camera doesn't give up, it means it's running on the power but not reflecting that in the battery thing, which could also make sense. Anyway, been on 0 for like 10 minutes, so I think it's just running on the DC power. Anyway, right, we're gonna go down to 3,000 feet. That's set. Let's come in here. We will do flaps 30. Okay, the ILS frequency is 109.10, we'll set that up in a bit. Let's have a look at our approach, which is this guy. Okay, so AppMat, and we're basically just gonna follow that. 6,500, let's see if that's there. So AppMat above 6,500, 003, 004, above 65, and then above 6,100. Remember, the little line tells you if it's underneath, you must be above the altitude. If it's above, you must be below that altitude, and if there's a line above and below, you must be at exactly that altitude. So above 6,100, and then above 4,000, so that all looks good. And then we will intercept the glide slope at 3,000 feet. 3,000 feet. Caution the toll gate lights because they look like the runway. Right, speed restrictions. AppMat 250 knots or less. Pass any 003 at 210 or less. Is that in here? Below 210. Fantastic. On the localizer, 180 until 10 DME. And then passing 4 DME, 150 or less. So that's what we're going to have to remember. Make sure I don't forget that. I'm relying on you guys. Once we establish on the localizer and we're flying the ILS, we need to be 180 until 10 and then 150 passing 4 DME. Okay, because I always forget that. Your camera is powered from years of salt buildup. I feel like that's probably not accurate. I've only had this camera 2 years. It hasn't been exposed to that much salt. I treat it very nicely, unlike my keyboards when I play Dota. Okay, so we're about to start our descent. What else do I need to set up? Oh, we can put in the QNH for Durban already, which is 1015. We won't actually set it now, we'll just dial it in. 1015, that's set, and we can put it on here so we don't forget that it's 1015 as well. It had warrant, that was enough so far time. Fair enough. I mean, I can't really disagree with you on that one. Right, coming up to our descent. Engines are throttling back. We can set this. We'll do auto brake level 2. Why does it look like there are no clouds out there and it's supposed to be overcast 5,000 feet? Right, we'll see as we get closer. The landing weight looks a little high. Trust you to join the stream where we have issues with the calculations, but yeah, you're not wrong. Where did you see the landing weight? Oh. Yeah, no, it is a little high. So what happened is, so with the simulator, our flight plan is created by one set of software, and then the aircraft does its own calculations. And the systems that they use are completely different, and the aircraft has just had an update and it's doing things a little bit differently to don't listen to Dave, we don't have a fuel leak. Yeah, it's doing things a little bit differently to what I'm used to, but according to the plane, we are below the max landing weight. So, but yeah, it doesn't match what our briefing said it would be, because it's been updated and they're calculating things a little differently. So unfortunately, in the sim world, we don't necessarily, we kind of have to take information from all sorts of different places where we can get it and put it together, so it's not always particularly accurate, but we try our best. Right. There was no fuel leak. Don't listen to Dave. Right. I think we are pretty much set. Okay, the next thing we can do is go and put in, so ILS 1970. That's the wrong one. Okay, we'll put that on both sides. Like so, and let's put this back to 122, and we'll see if we can actually get ATIS from Active Skynex when we get a bit closer. I wonder if he'll be happy to see me. Who's that? No, I'm kidding. Welcome back, Jason. Thank you for tuning in. You are 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 40 seconds late. It's unacceptable. And I still don't have a label for my laptop. That was your one job. It's been like 3 weeks now. Actually, I think I asked you that before Christmas. Welcome back to the stream. We are flying the 737 again because flight sim's broken. I was hunting ghosts. I don't even want to know. Oh, by the way, I fixed the issue with snow being everywhere. It wasn't a global flight sim thing, and it was just on my system for some reason. But we don't have snow in the Kruger Park anymore. I don't know, honestly, I don't know what happened, but I reset everything and deleted the rolling cache and updated the rolling cache, and when it recached all the scenery, there was no snow. You want me to just let the ghosts run rampant? I mean, whatever makes you happy. I didn't say you have to let them run rampant, I just said I don't need to know about it. See, Richard, I don't think you have to deal with this, these random comments from the peanut gallery while you're flying. So if I make a mistake, I'm going to blame that. It's because I have to read this stuff at the same time. What are these ghosts in? If it's not an essay, let them do their thing. Oh wait, today's Sunday, so you can't be talking about work, hopefully. Oh, were you playing Phasmophobia? Okay. It's in the States, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's in the States. We played Phasmophobia on the 404 stream a while ago. That was pretty cool. It's quite boring to watch. It's cool to play. I wasn't playing on that stream, I was watching. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. And I'm pretty sure it's set in the States. Now you're gonna go check and tell me exactly where it actually is. But I'm putting my money on the States. Right, I think we've been through everything. Wheel arms, speed brakes, and we see 2 flaps when we get lower and slower. Houses look very American. Exactly. And just something from the wording where they talk about like a what's the one where it's like on a ranch or something, and there's wording when they describe the house. It sounds very American. Only boring to watch if the talent has no personality. Well, it was Darren and Brendan, so... When are Vi doing an Among Us stream? Dave, if you can organize that, then... I don't technically count as being part of Vi. I joined after that when it was Ragnarok. And I don't know. Okay, Vi didn't become Ragnarok. It was a separate thing. But anyway. If you can get all of those people together to play Among Us, you let me know. No, exactly. I'm not organizing that because it'll be an absolute nightmare. I wasn't even a bench warmer. Yeah, and I did do some of the organizing, but not for Vide. Vide was unmanageable. Ragnarok people took it too seriously. I play Among Us, as does Sean, if you need numbers. Yeah, numbers aren't the issue. If you knew the people and how unreliable they are, getting them all together in the same place. They forfeited games before they asked me to play. I think that's how I actually got into the team. So at least I got called up before they forfeit. They were like, we can either forfeit or ask Dylan to play. So I guess it puts me one step ahead of you, Dave Soz. I'm the true POS 5. I never ever bought a Midas as POS 5. I never bought a Dagon either. What's your favorite meme hammer? I think that's why I made it into the team. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's raining quite hard IRL now. And it wasn't raining in Joburg when we left. No, you cannot say. I've seen you many times get Dagons, Midas, meme hammers. No, I distinctly remember POS 5 Lena Dagon. Don't even lie. And oh no, was it? No, it wasn't Dagon. Was it? I don't know if they're called now. What's the armor reduction red thing? That one. Sorry, not Dagon. Yes, there's the rapier. I can't even remember what you bought it on. It was probably Lena or something ridiculous like that as well. Desolator, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's the one. There's been many a POS 5 Marana, Desolator, Lena, Crystal Maiden. Didn't you buy like Daedalus or something on a Crystal Maiden? That's why you didn't get into the team. No wards, but POS 5 has double rapier Lena. There we go, exactly. Okay, anyway, we're not talking about Dota. That game's forbidden, just like you said. Okay, here's a question for Richard if he's still watching. Does this ever actually happen? Because I've only ever noticed it in this, not the 737 specifically, but this version of the 737, that it drifts off the targeted speed, and I didn't think it would do that. So normally I have to come and play around with this a little bit. Okay, last Dota story. We ran Dave, you know Toki's brother. Can't remember his game name. But in a DGL match, he ran CM mid. That was the thing that actually happened. Right, now we are coming through 10,000 feet. So, Durban's weather said overcast at 4,900 feet. So
We have begun our final descent
that's
into
what we are
your
expecting.
destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash once
Okay, we
final
can leave
time.
that armed.
Please ensure
We
tables
also
are
should have
stowed
turned
and
this
seats are
on
in a full
already,
upright
but I was
position.
talking
Please
about
also store any
Dota.
carry-on items
We can
either
set
in the seatback
these
pocket or
guys
under
to
the
continuous,
seat
and landing lights
all
should
Wi-Fi
come
related
on.
tasks and stow any larger electronics.
We ran a +1 Witch Doctor and stomped in 20 minutes in a DGL game. Yeah, that sounds exactly like VIDE. And then you tried it again and you got thundered. Right, so speed brakes are armed, flaps we will set in a bit. I feel like we are a bit slower than we needed to be. That's what it said. 250 at mat, 210 at Addy 03. Okay, so that does make sense. We got thundered gate 2 and sent Warren to the bench. See, I called it. Before you even wrote that comment, I knew exactly what happened. Right, so we need to be at 210, so let's go flaps 1. I can't imagine playing DGL with Warren. That must have been something else. Did he ever actually arrive on time for matches? Okay, now I actually have to concentrate and do other things. Never had the privilege. Yeah, playing with Warren pub games and rank games tilted me enough. I can't imagine playing in a team with Warren. Or anyone anymore, actually, to be honest. Okay, so let's go back here. What was I looking for? We are doing this one. So let's check minimums. So now this is one of the things that I'm not 100% sure on, but I think we can do that. So I guess I would use this one. So that's 501 barrow, and this I also should have done when we were prepping for the descent. Now we can do scrolling simulator. I arrived as they split, thank goodness. Yeah, I went straight into Ragnarok. The VIDE had already stopped when I arrived. Okay, I did set this right. 10970. 10970, and this is what I always forget. Course 243. Oh my word, that is a long. We have a cheese strat, some streamer loaded on YouTube, where we just rushed, but it's actually quite funny to watch because we held hand constantly. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Okay, let's start doing flaps and things. So we are flaps 2 at the moment, and we'll go down to flaps 5. Cool. Localizer is alive, and so is the glide slope. Okay, so the overcast was definitely correct, in case you were wondering. Okay, time to make Jason proud. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can see more. And if you hit the notification button, you will be notified every time I go live. Any support is much appreciated, and it helps me and the stream a lot if you just hit the subscribe button. So thank you so much. Oh, Nightbot's also doing it in the chat. There you go, Jason. I'm doing my best. Thought you were hotboxing. I can't. This is supposed to be a professional flight. That. Oh yeah, but you were late, so you didn't hear me say that. Right, there's our transition. Let's now go flaps 10 as well. There's our deceleration point. And also sub to OnlyFans. Not yet. So you can never be happy. I do the whole sub thing and then you just have to ask for more every time. You can't just say well done. This is why you're not the real Jason. As your #1 viewer, screw you and your attempts at professionals. Yeah. Dad English. Yeah, you're not the real Jason. Soz, man. Alright, so we're coming up to our 3,000 feet. And oh, there goes my camera.
1,000 to go.
I said it was gonna happen. Sorry. Who's the real Jason? I have another friend called Jason. Right, so let's go and do this. We'll go on to... well, we'll take the localizer and we'll intercept the glide slope in a bit. But just before we do that, let's go... oh yeah, you can't see me anymore. Let me turn this off and let my camera charge a bit so we can turn it on again just now. Okay, let's go gear down. We'll have to 1v1 mid for the Toddy. He also used to play Dota, but that was like 7 years ago, so you'd probably win. Right. What are we now? 8 DME. So we said we want to be below 180 before 10. I mean, I shouldn't be looking at this now. When is it, this one? You guys didn't remind me. 180 until 10, so we're less than that. And at 4, we need to be 150. So let's start slowing down because we're coming up to... Oh, mind you, we should actually stay 170. Ninja wouldn't let his camera die midstream. Ninja earns an income. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't charge last night. It's probably my fault. I don't know if I left it on or if I forgot to plug it in. Both of those are possibilities. Okay, 60 ME. Let's now start slowing down to our approach speed, which is faster than 150, which is not good. So yeah, we are a little bit heavy, but let's put in the rest of the flaps. And now that the gear is down, we can turn these on. Spoilers are armed. Okay, there's flaps 30. Oh no, I said it was my fault. Alright, let's double check. Landing gear down, 3 green. Flaps 30 green. Water brakes, level 2. Speed brakes armed. Landing lights are on. Right. Let's take control of the throttles ourselves. I don't have a button on my joystick like you do on the control column in real life. And we will take control ourselves. Okay, here we go. So the wind is a little bit more significant than what they said earlier. What are we? 215 at 11 knots currently. And they, when we checked, it was at 9 knots. Anyway, not an issue. This is the toll gate that we're about to fly over, I think, which is the lights that you can mistake for the runway. Okay, I don't know why we are a little bit high, but our glide slope just disappeared below us. That's the toll gate.
500.
Right, here we go. So check, you guys can let me know in the comments just what the landing rate is that pops up on the right hand side of the screen once I land. And you can let me know if it's good or bad, because I won't see it, it'll only appear on the stream.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, so we'll go reverse. Let's keep it in the middle. Ooh, a little bit of a bump there. Okay, out of reverse. And the auto brake doesn't disengage itself. So we'll click there and minus 138, that's fine. No stress. I got this. Right, welcome to Durban King Sharko. They'll tell us the temperature and stuff in just a bit. There we go. Let's turn these off.
6:20 a.m. and it's currently about 23 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices.
Maybe okay.
Until the aircraft has come to a complete
Okay,
stop
I
and
shouldn't be
signal sign
doing
is
reversing
off.
now.
Remember
Thank
to
you.
use caution when opening the overhead bins and
Let's
items
turn off the strobes.
If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying.
Maybe okay.
If you're making a connection,
Well, what would you give that out of 10,
to
Richard?
ensure a
You
smooth
let us know.
continuation of your journey.
Take us back. Yeah, fair enough, Dave. Could be worse. We could be flying into East London. Okay, after landing checks. Speed brakes. That should be down. Flaps are up, landing lights are off. Probe heats we can turn off. Like such. This is the tricky part because it's just me trying to taxi and do the things. Okay, stabilizer trim we need to set back to 4, so we'll do that. It'll click when it gets there so I don't have to look. Like that. Okay, APU we can start so long. These can come back to auto. Maybe okay in Japanese is better than good in English. Okay, so I'm taking that as a good thing then. That we did maybe okay. So thank you. Okay, we're gonna go in here. This is Foxtrot. And then, which gate do we normally use here? I think it's 13. But we're gonna do 8 because I feel like it. Right, have I missed anything? Yes, weather radar and terrain can come off, and this can go back to standby. Right, so what did I say we were taking? 8. Right, that's all done. So next we just have to enter the gate and park it up. Okay, so there's 13. Good job, reminds me of good days. Yeah, I can imagine. I will see if I can figure out the sim brief versus the ZIBO 737 calculation so that we can have more accurate weights next time. See, because that's the kind of thing that I wouldn't really notice. Right, before we turn in here, let's turn these off so we don't blind the ground crew. And we'll slow down. Also, I forgot to mention we're not doing a very long stream tonight because I have some work to do, but I'm going to stream again tomorrow because normally I do my freelance stuff on Mondays, but I need to hand this stuff in tomorrow morning, so I'm going to do it this evening and then I can stream again tomorrow. Right, so let's set the parking brake. Let's switch the buses over to the APU. We could have actually turned these on, turned these off, but it happened just before we landed anyway. Right, APU bleed can come on, and then we can shut down the engines. And we can stop the sky. Right, while the engines are spooling down, we'll wait. You can show me landing weight, that'll be fantastic. Yeah, I'm just keen to learn, because obviously I don't have access to all of that information, but you will know all of this stuff. So yeah, you can show me how to do it properly, because that'll be cool. Right. See, the people start moving, you can hear them already moving around, even though I haven't turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Cool, there's 5%, so let's turn off fasten seatbelts, and I could have actually turned that off earlier. These guys will all come off. And we will leave the APU running because normally we would head back to Joburg. Let's just double check that I haven't missed anything else. That's all good. Okay, normally we would head normally we'd head back to Joburg, but like I said, I need to go and do some work tonight, and then I can stream again tomorrow. Dave, you tried teaching me Dota. I feel like that's false. He's a slow learner. Yeah, when it comes to Dota, you're not wrong. But that was mostly because I didn't listen. Anyway, we're not doing Dota. We're doing Explain. There we are in Durban at Gate 8. Cool. Yeah, you guys are the best. Jason, print my label so that I can get in and out of work this week, please. Thank you. Right. Otherwise, oh yeah, you can't see me. Forgot about that. Let me see. No, it's going to take a while to get it back. Okay. Cool, I think we can call it there. Once again, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. It was, we attempted to do this as professionally as possible. Always room for improvement, which I'm keen for. But, oh, you're in quarantine because of that. Okay, never mind. I'll have to make another plan. Anyway, really enjoyed the stream. Once again, if you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. It really helps me and the channel. And I will see you guys again tomorrow sometime, possibly in the afternoon, otherwise in the evening again for another stream. Before I say bye for real, get the outro because I always forget. Alright, like that. There we go. Okay. Bye guys, thank you so much again. See you again soon.